Hello there, fellow Monster Madness ghouls and goblins. You're currently hearing the voice of a girl with no name, and it's here with very, very clear intentions to sound the alarm. Before you listen any further, beware that frightful spoilers and deliciously explicit language lie ahead. For once you find yourself in the midst of those telltale bumps in the night and the haunting howls of host laughter and cinematic judgment, there is no turning back. Choose wisely.
Well, hello, grade school. It's good to see you. How's life?
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, why are you here?
Oh, she didn't tell you? Dude, I live here now. It's awesome, right?
I'm so glad you're here. I was just telling Taylor how I hoped you'd make it. Such a surprise.
Huge surprise.
Why? Why is it surprising?
Well, I mean, just last time we talked, you said you were studying, so I didn't know if...
Studying? Dude, it's October. It is fun time. You save that for December.
Well, some of us have scholarships, Taylor. Kind of need to keep mine.
You kind of need to get laid. Brooke, your bestie needs to get some. And lucky for her, Gavin's coming tonight.
Hi, hello, and welcome to Monster Madness, a podcast dedicated to all sorts of creatures, features, and beyond. We are at the final episode of the slasher season. I didn't think we'd ever get here, but we are finally here. Join with me are the only two dudes I'd go into a deadly festival with. We have Daniel.
Hello.
It's way too enthusiastic. And Matt.
Oh, hell no. He said hello, hell no. I don't know.
No, I got the joke.
Wait, so we're not talking about the popular French outdoor music festival, Hellfest?
Was that your joke that you were trying to save all day long?
I mean, it's not great, but I bring two things to this podcast. Shitty jokes about things that are named the same as movies and ravioli recipes. You guys aren't wrong.
Before we get into the episode, we have our normal plugs. You can find Monster Madness on pretty much every social media platform: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Slasher, and anything you can possibly think of. You can find Matt occasionally playing video games over on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/monstermadnesspod. We also have a Discord channel for our community that we would love for you to join. We talk about Creed, we talk about food, we talk about an array of topics. Come hang out. If you'd like to support our show, there are numerous ways you can do that. You can become a monthly Patreon for as little as $2 a month. You'll get early access to all of our free episodes as well as exclusive content ad-free. Each tier you get a bunch more stuff like buttons and stickers and all array of things. For a one-time donation, you can come over and sub to our coffee website. And finally, if you'd like to own some Monster Madness merch, you can head on over to our TeePublic and peruse our store. All the links for the aforementioned things will be posted in our show notes. Finally, finale, alt fin. We are done the slasher season with this episode, and then we move on to season 4. Which we'll talk about that later. But on this episode, we will be discussing 2018's Hellfest.
Oh my god, this is awesome, guys!
It's gonna be fun.
Nat, don't worry, I will totally protect you from being murdered.
Oh, thanks. I didn't realize that was a possibility.
Whoa. Do not be flippant. It happens like in Orange Grove.
Oh yeah, that was fucked up.
Wait, what?
Oh, well, a couple years ago, a girl got completely gutted in a haunted house, like for real.
The killer left her body in the park for 3 days. No one found her until she started to stink. They thought she was a freaking prop.
Wait, that's brutal.
Man, what can I say? Some people are just evil. I mean, they're monsters. To them, every single day is Halloween, and they dress up so that we don't know.
Know what?
That they walk among us.
Nat, they're fucking with you.
Okay, dude.
Yes, you
okay.
are. Okay,
Hellfest came out in 2018. It is rated R, and it runs for 1 hour and 29 minutes. It is directed by Gregory Plotkin. It actually has a lot of writers, which, when there's too many cooks in the kitchen, sometimes that's not that great. We have Seth M. Sherwood, Blair Butler, Akilah Cooper, William Pennick, Christopher Say, and Steven Susko as all the writers, story by, screenplay, lots of hands in this cookie jar. It stars Cynthia Mercado, Stephen Conroy, Amy Forsyth, Rain Edwards, Bex Taylor Klaus, Christian James, Matt Mercutio, Robbie Adel. First tagline we have for this guy is "Fun getting in, hell getting out. from an executive producer of The Walking Dead. And finally, terror never felt so real. I like the first one. I'll give the first one. I cannot stand
Same.
the ones that are like from the mastermind of such and such. Like, okay, unless your name is Wes Craven or John Carpenter, don't put that shit on top of a fucking poster. Nobody cares that you are an executive producer on The Walking Dead unless your name is Kevin Howard. That's all I care about. All right, Matt, what is the budget?
$5.5 million.
And it grossed $18 million, which I deem impressive.
Winning. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Whatever you think about this movie, I think that's impressive when you make your money back on any movie. 'Cause that shit ain't easy. Unless you are a fucking super famous person, it is very hard to make your money back with a movie. All right, well, there isn't really too much to talk about behind the scenes with this movie, so let's just get right into the plot. Because I'm excited to hear what you guys think about it. I already know what someone in this podcast thinks about this movie, but let's just... At Hellfest, a traveling horror theme park, a masked man, known as something, because I can't say because it's a question of the damn, kills a woman and hangs her corpse in the maze so it blends in with the props. On Halloween night, now mind you guys, this summary is very short, so feel free to interject whenever you feel. On Halloween night, Natalie goes to the theme park with her best friend Brooke, Brooke's friend Taylor, and Brooke's roommate friend Gavin, who likes Natalie. Natalie and Brooke's friendship has been strained due to living far apart and Natalie's distaste for Taylor. So the movie kind of kicks off with this girl getting murdered, and then you fast forward a couple years to these two friends coming together to go to Hellfest. Natalie is kind of like, she's made out to be like the friend that has very much distanced herself from her core group because, life gets busy. And I think a lot of people fail to realize that, that happens quite a bit. And the one thing I liked about this movie is that it felt very real in the sense that, like, I've had situations like that where, like, my core group of friends, like, I've had major things happen in my life that kind of pulled me away from them. And they had a hard time understanding, like, why my, attentions and busyness and priorities were different than theirs because my stage of life was different. And sometimes it's kind of hard to fall back in with people like that. And it's good when you can, because that's a true friend. But the one thing I really liked about this movie is like the realistic feeling that it had amongst these group of people. Like, even though, there is a strained relationship, the friends still have like their little inside jokes. Like they have a necklace that they both still wear that's like a best friend necklace. Like you can tell there's a lot of like young naivete about them and all that stuff, and like how they interact with each other. It really felt like how I interacted with my group of friends, especially when we would go out and do stuff like a Hellfest, even though I never went to anything as cool. But I'm going to move on, not digress, but I'm going to move on. On arriving at the festival, the girls run into a terrified woman trying to hide from the killer. Because at this point, we see the group of friends arrive. They all pair off with their selective partners, or their respective partners rather, and Natalie and this guy Gavin are kind of crushing on each other and awkwardly speaking, all that. And then we see someone from behind walking into Hellfest. We never see his face, and he is presumed to be the killer. He is wanded to see if he has any weapons, and he does not, because this killer obtains all of his weapons within Hellfest. Natalie, thinking that this is part of the park experience, points out her hiding place to the killer because she runs and hides underneath like this tarp of some sort. The man kills the woman in front of Natalie. Natalie thinks the murder seemed too real to be a normal attraction. The group dismisses her fears until Brooke catches the man stealing Natalie and Gavin's pictures from a photo booth. So the group has been like going through Hellfest, partaking in drinking and shots because Gavin works there. He's able to get them VIP passes. They're able to skip all the lines and go straight into the attractions. They're doing ring tosses and, skee ball type shit to win prizes. And everybody except Gavin seems to be able to get a prize for the girl that they are with. So he just buys her a pretzel instead, which, let me tell you, fellas, I would rather have a fucking soft pretzel than a teddy bear that I'm going to throw out in 5 years. Take notes, Daniel. I just want a soft pretzel. Dip it in some cheese. Oh, some hot spicy cheese. Oh.
Yum.
Chef's kiss. So eventually, Gavin and Natalie go into a photo booth and they're goofing around, and it's really awkward flirtation, and then they wind up making out a little bit. And I want to give kudos because this was actually tolerable kissing. Sometimes I see a movie and two people are making out and it looks like they have never opened their mouth other than to talk or eat, and it's just like I don't understand what they're doing. But this actually looked like legit pretty decent kissing. I was kind of impressed. Also, she went 90, that boy went 10. I love an aggressive bitch. Good on you, girl. Go get what you want. Do you guys have anything to interject at this point in Hellfest about the film so far? Am I the only one on this podcast tonight? It's the series finale, fuckers.
I'm waiting to make one specific point.
The whole episode.
Have we seen the killer's face, quote unquote, yet?
The mask?
Yes.
He's put it
No,
on by now.
he
Yes.
just
No.
he put the mask on, but he just
Okay.
has the hood up, and I think actually no,
Yep.
he puts the hood up first, and then he puts the hood up first.
He puts the mask on and then he puts the hood up and then he stabs the girl right in front of everybody. So
Yeah,
we see
'cause-
the mask. Yes, we see the mask.
His mask looks like the guy in Slipknot that everyone called Tortilla Guy. That's all I could fucking think about. One of the newer members had a similar. It's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be like a wrinkly, like skin type looking mask, but they called him Tortilla Face or Tortilla Guy. It looks the exact same.
I actually really liked the mask. It was creepy. It looked like a mummified face to me, not tortillas.
I agree. I that probably sounded like I was discounting how it looked. Like I thought it was cool. It's unique.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if that guy was in Slipknot in 2018, and I don't care enough to Google it. So it could have been very original, or it could have also been a complete ripoff, but I don't care either way.
True. So, while the others are gone, the man kills Gavin first by crushing his skull with a mallet. So Gavin, my boy Gavin, I feel bad for him. After he makes out with this girl that he really likes, the guy comes over and takes the pictures from the photo booth, and Brooke runs after him and like taunts him like to try and get him back, but he creeps her out. So they just all move on and go to the next attraction. They're all very blasé because it's one of those places where the farther you get into the festival, the more intense the attractions get. So at one point, you have to sign a waiver. And I've heard of places like this. I've never been to one personally because I don't want to be physically harmed while I'm trying to have a good time. Where you have to sign a waiver that's like, if you get hurt, you get fucking hurt. But like these people are going to snatch at you. They're going to grab you. They're going to toss you. They're going to do all this stuff. And I'm like, hell to the fuck no.
If you want to see something fucked up, look up Blackout. It exists in New York and LA, and at one point they were in Chicago. But it's I don't think it's full on touch, but like I remember reading old accounts of it because there was never any video, so it was just whatever people decided to put on the internet.
Mhm.
But a guy's like, yeah, I went into a new room and this fucking dude was just fucking the shit out of this chick, and not like happy-go-lucky sex. It was like just super aggressive and uncomfortable. And the whole point is that it's supposed to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah, see, when I'm going out for a good time, that's not a good time for me. So, no thanks.
Well, I believe it's not supposed to be a good time for anyone until that one fucking weirdo rounds the corner and just starts jerking off. And then they're like, sir, we need to physically remove you from the attraction.
Mr. Stein, we've asked you multiple times not to come back.
I don't know how to get off.
I signed the waiver.
I'm here. What did you say?
He's like, I signed the waiver.
I signed the waiver. I can jizz wherever I want.
So yeah, Gavin, he feels bad because he was really bad at all of this stuff. So because he works there in some capacity or was able to get VIP, he was going to go try and bribe one of the vendors to get a teddy bear for Natalie. The guy would not sell it to him, so he decides to go into a back room and try to get one, and he finds one that he likes. He turns around, and the killer is right there. And he starts to be like, hey man, can you give me my fucking pictures? Like, you're like taking your job way too seriously. Like, you need to chill. And the guy basically just like, Hadouken, and like fucking smashes him in the head with the biggest mallet you can fucking possibly find. What?
I don't think that's a Hadouken, but that got me good. Thank you.
You're welcome. And it was a pretty good head smash. Like, it's very quick. It's a quick frame, but ego smash. It's like a jar jam being thrown against the ground. It is it is choice. I like when they do that with gore because I'm not a big gore person. Things really creep me out. Like, I think I was texting you, Matt, when me and Dan were watching a movie called Crimes of the Future, which I have not finished yet. It's really uncomfortable, and there's like a scene because these people, they can't feel pain.
It's the new sex.
Oh yeah, it's the new sex.
Yeah.
The guy Viggo Mortensen gets sliced open at the abdomen, and like they just like remove one of his organs, and I was just like, oh, I don't want to see any of this. Like I don't like it. I don't like the slowness, but you know, you give me a quick frame of gore, I totally can handle that. I respect it. Yeah. So yeah, Gavin unfortunately goes bye-bye real quick. And I felt like I actually got like a little pang of sadness because I was like,
He was like the nice guy of the group too.
he
Died
was the
off
nice
real
guy.
quick.
Like I said, what I really liked about this movie the most, it did have a creep factor to it. It did make me uncomfortable because most movies like this are, you know, they could happen to you type things. It's not like a supernatural being. It's literally just some psycho in a mask who stalks in festivals and is able to hide his kills very easily because there's carnage all around him. That is very unique, a unique idea, even though I'm fairly certain there's other movies out there like this, but this is the one that I've seen. But what I liked, like I said earlier, the most about this movie is that the friends group felt very familiar and very like reminded me of my friends groups. Like when you have a crush on someone in the group, or if you have the one friend in the group that's super annoying, but she's a likable asshole to a degree, so everybody keeps her around. And then, you know, you have your respective boyfriends who eventually become friends and all that stuff. And it becomes like this little, you know, group. In movies, like when you see people talking to someone that they have a crush on, there's always this like inflated ego and confidence that when you're in your early 20s, I don't think actually exists. Like I remember talking to, you know, people that I had crushes on and feeling, you know, those flutters and, you know, stop looking at me, Daniel. I was not nervous talking to you. I'm sorry. I was after we started dating, but the first night that we met, I was just like, just take my number, dude.
I was like, ah,
Give me that shit. You should have seen how quickly he pulled his phone out of his pocket.
getting digits.
Oh, okay. Smooth as a porcupine.
Eric with the K. I got you.
That's basically how you fucking talked to me that whole night. We're being reminiscent. I'm sorry.
Because it's our anniversary.
This is going to come out 3 months after it.
Surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Time is not a factor. But yeah, it just, you know, it felt very familiar because it's like those first conversations you have with a person that you like, for the most part, is not smooth. It's awkward. It's like you trying to get to know each other. It's, you know, it's clumsy. Like that's the best way to put it. It's clumsy, but it's fun. And that was really well done, I thought, in this movie. So that's where I give it its most credit, despite what anybody else thinks about this movie. I probably like it more than the both of you combined. But anyway.
But I'm still clumsy.
You are so fucking clumsy. Smooth as a porcupine is like a term I actually use constantly with him.
I can see it.
So Natalie goes on the ride alone while the rest of her friends pair up. Her ride breaks down, and she is approached by a man who appears to be the killer. This is part of the ride, however, and the group discovers the park employees wear a mask similar to the killer's. So in this place in Hellfest, there is a place called the Deadlands where you have to sign a waiver, you have to take a whole other ride to get there, and once you're in there, it's like you enter hell. That's, you know, you have to go to the Deadlands to get to hell, which is the very last attraction, and it's where everybody can touch you and do all this other stuff, and it's very, very intense and scary. Natalie is going alone because she thinks Gavin is going to, you know, go to the bathroom or whatever, but actually he is big old time dead, and the killer actually stole his phone, so keep that in mind. So the group splits up eventually, and the killer finds Natalie in a bathroom, but she is able to escape. Asher is killed when the man stabs him in the eye, another good kill, and the friend regroups, but the man traps Natalie in the bathroom stall. She escapes again and tries to warn park security, but they dismiss the attack as part of the park experience. Natalie, Brooke, and Quinn find that Taylor has volunteered to take part in an attraction where she will be beheaded by a guillotine in front of a live audience. Park security prevents Natalie from stopping the show when she recognizes the killer's boots on the executioner. The killer tries to kill Taylor when he is left alone with her after the show. Taylor escapes when the blade falls to cut through her neck, but the killer catches up, kills her, and then kills Quinn. It's a very quick, yeah, and they're both dead. Matt, did you even watch this movie? Quick question.
I did.
Okay, I'm proud of you.
I have things to say. It's just they're not specific plot points, so I'm just waiting.
No,
patiently.
this is a very vague plot point because like there is a good bit in this movie, but there isn't at the same time.
This is like the buildup of it, though.
No, this is like I literally have one paragraph left.
Really?
Yeah,
Because
so that
you didn't even get into the hell maze yet.
This last paragraph.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As panic ensues in the park, because now everybody realizes that, oh, this bitch ain't lying. There's actually someone all over the place. The man traps Natalie and Brooke in a maze. So there's a really cool scene in the maze where the girls are hiding from the killer, and it's like a room filled with mannequins, and it kind of looks similar to his mask, but it's painted all white. And
I thought it was like that dance group.
Yeah, like,
remember the ones with the masks? They were what the heck were they called?
Blue Man Group?
No, they become like a J or something. What the heck was that? Do you know what I'm talking about, Matt?
I have no idea. I think you're making something up.
Yeah. But I thought that was really cool. It was a really cool scene. You gotta watch it to appreciate it. But, you know.
The Jabberwockies.
What the fuck is the Jabberwocky?
Oh, yeah, that fucking dance group.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before in my life, and I never want to again. Daniel,
dance.
I'm gonna have like a nightmare. Why do you know that?
Because I watched that season of So You Think You Can Dance.
So they were a thing before that, though. I can't remember. I think they showed up on MTV, but they kind of surfaced, and then they started that season of So You Think You Can Dance. Then they were on it. Yeah. I don't know why I know so much about the Wookie Bookies.
Oh dear God.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
So, Natalie stabs the killer in the gut before he can kill Brooke. Police barge into the maze to save them and capture the killer. The killer, however, has escaped and drives to his suburban home. He places his mask and the pictures of Natalie and Gavin that he stole into a cabinet with his other masks and trophies from his previous kills. The killer's young daughter wakes up to greet her father, and he gives her the stuffed animal from the park. Now, Brooke doesn't die, so I don't know why it has that in the Wikipedia. Spoiler alert. Natalie and Brooke are the sole survivors of this entire attack. Everybody else gets and they die. But yeah, let's talk about it, guys, because that was the plot that Wikipedia has given me. IMDb was not much better, and I was too lazy to write it out myself. So yeah, anything you guys want to say?
I thought the part when they were in the hell house, how they described how all the noises and the doors and like the lasers and stuff. I thought that stuff was interesting. I was like, oh, that's how those things make noises.
The trip lasers?
Yeah. I just thought that was interesting.
Let me actually tell you guys a story. I don't know if I've ever told it on this podcast, but this one time me and Dan went to a haunted house together. And if you want to know what Daniel will do in a terrifying situation and crisis, we walked into this one room and I immediately said, fuck no, and tried to grab for Daniel's arm. And he all but like abandoned me. It was a very dark room, but it was filled with white smoke. And it came up to about my chest. So, like, I can't see anything from my chest down. And I'm, like, literally going as slow as possible through this thing. And within 2 minutes, I whacked my knees so hard and fall down over this fucking, like, cinder block that's there to trip you. Daniel ducks under the smoke so I can't see him. All I hear is his like cackle. And he just fucking leaves me. And then there's like guys popping out from the walls because they're all hidden and they're like blended into the fucking walls. It was absolutely terrifying. And then I run out into a hallway and like I look and it's a hallway that's splattered with neon paint, and then the walls are black, and I'm like, there's a motherfucker in that corner, and I know it, and he's just gonna pop out. And I said it out loud. I'm like, if you're in the corner, please don't pop out. And he didn't fucking listen. He still did it. And then Daniel's just like giggling at the end. He's like, aha, you're fucking scared. he's terrible in these
Do
situations.
you remember the big, huge, like 2 balloons that you had to walk through, and it felt like you're suffocating? But
Yeah, I
had to
told
get-
you had to physically pull me through.
Yeah, I had to put my arm through and grab her.
The only time I've ever been like truly scared, it's not even scared, but it was one of those things where you like have to push through. And then it was a ramp that went down. So like
Oh.
as you're walking, you just like, yeah, Alyssa was there with me. She can tell you about it. No, I didn't fall, but I've worked in haunted houses. So like, much like Erica, it's like you kind of start to figure out where people are going to be.
Yeah.
But like, I like seeing like the scenes and what they've set up and like how they have shit built. So like my favorite part about this movie was just like this movie was one giant haunted house, like haunt walked through.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. But then, wait, are you done with the movie? Can I talk about my feelings?
Yeah, I mean, do you want to do questions of the dam before you like shit all over it, or do you want to?
Who said I was gonna shit all over it?
I don't know.
Wait, did you think I was gonna like or hate this movie? Because this is a fun game you and I play.
I don't like this game because I'm never right.
I thought you were gonna hate this movie.
I thought you were gonna hate it.
I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but like it reminds me of a better version of Haunt.
And I've never seen Haunt, and like it came up as like, oh, if you like this movie, you'll like Haunt. And I was like, oh, I fucking didn't even know that this existed until this moment because there's so fucking many movies out there.
Yeah. So I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I do want to go back and rewatch it, but well, I guess I should say that for Ian or Slizzy.
I find I like I lean into movies more when it's super realistic. Like obviously I like, the Halloween movies. I like Friday the 13th, and I love monster movies and all that stuff, obviously. But I always find the ones that like get my goat a little bit more are the ones where I'm like, this could really happen, because it makes actually experiencing those things even a little bit scarier. Because I like haunted houses in theory, but then when I have to do them, I'm like, I don't really like them. I don't like being scared.
I like pumpkin.
I don't even really like that because then my shoes always get muddy and shit. But
oh yeah, the last time we went,
it was horrible.
That was rough.
No, we went to Eastern State Penitentiary. I've gone to that like 3 times. I think I've gone to it with Daniel once or twice. I can't remember. It's actually been almost 10 years since we've gone to that
with
one.
Jackie.
Yes, we did.
Hey, Jack.
There's one that's
girl.
like 10 minutes from our house that we never go to, but it's called Spooks on Spur.
Seems intimidating.
I believe it is supposed to be a play on SOS, but I was like,
Makes sense. So I've been to Eastern State Penitentiary when it's not a haunted attraction, and like even that's super creepy. We've been to that too. Like Al Capone had a room, like not a room, like it's a fucking hotel, but basically was for him. He had a cell there, and they still have it like cornered off. You can go see it. You can walk through and take tours of it, and it's really ominous to kind of see like this really dank, dark, horrible place where people were incarcerated. And if you go in the summer, it is fucking stifling. So I could not imagine having to deal with that on a daily basis. It sure shit is probably freezing in the fucking winter. But as a haunted attraction, the only issue with it is it's so popular and the queues are so long, and the people, there's just so many people there, is that if you're not the very first person walking through that, you know exactly when every scare is, because the people in front of you are screaming and you hear the claps and the bah and all. Yeah. The only part that really freaked me out there, as well as the one at Shady Brook, was there is one at Eastern State, like a wall. Because when I went, because I had gone with my cousin, I think before I met Daniel, and I'm like, we're in this one room we get to, and it's literally you're walking on top of like these graded catwalks, and so you could see down, and there's like lights shining up, and it's like it's very kind of disorienting, and you just kind of hit a wall, and it's like, well, where the fuck do we go? And her partner is like over 6 foot tall. He's like a big guy, and we're like 5 foot nothing, and he's like pushing against the wall, and it starts like pushing in, and I'm like, Andrew, you gotta go fucking first, and we will literally both hold on to you and just pull us through. And that's what he fucking did, because I was like, I can't do this, like my glasses are all like smushed to my face and I'm like, these shits are gonna break, and I'm like, and it's like a thick bitch. It's at least like it felt like 5 feet of just this squish. It's panic inducing, because I'm like, if I'm stuck in here, I'm gonna die. So yeah, those are scary. But to go back to Hellfest.
It's like being reborn.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I wasn't born that way. I alien.
Fuck.
Exactly how I came out of my mother. I just alien popped right through her chest. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime. So, we do have questions of the damned, and I'm going to leave it up to you guys if you want to do it because, I hate to break it to you, Daniel. Unfortunately, even if you do win this questions of the damned, you will not win the season.
There's always next time.
So it's up to you guys. If you want to do questions of the damned, we can.
We can do them if you
Okay.
want. It's
Yeah,
all
I'm not against it.
Since you wrote them.
I ain't no
why don't
fucking
we do it?
quitter. Daniel.
Yes.
What weapon does the killer pick up in the beginning of the film?
Ugh.
An ice pick, a knife, a pumpkin carver, or a switchblade?
Well, you're gonna be wrong because what he had in his hand was actually a drywall knife. So it would probably be a pumpkin carver. I'm 100% correct.
It looked like a pumpkin carver, but all right.
Because you know what I used? You know what I used to carve my pumpkins? That exact same knife.
That's why I said it was a pumpkin carver.
I knew that shit.
Matthew, what song does the killer hum to himself? Pop Goes the Weasel, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Wheels on the Bus, or Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes?
Oh, fuck. It's either Pop Goes a Weasel.
Daniel.
Yeah.
What name is the killer referred to as in this film?
Little bitch.
Unknown, the Faceless Man, the Other, or the Mask?
The other.
Fuck. I knew that because I saw it on the Wikipedia. From
Yeah, I was
looking
like,
up
oh,
the
fuck, I
price-
hope
the-
Matt
the-
doesn't get this question because I know he's reading along.
Yeah.
All right, Matthew. How many masks does the Other show at the end of the movie in his cupboard? 4, 5, 6, or 7?
4.
It's 5. Shit, really? I thought
It's
it was
7?
He has 7.
I thought it was 5 because I'm thinking I remember just watching it.
Yeah, he has
Yep.
4 on the top and then 3 on the bottom, including the
thought-
one that
Oh,
he
I was
takes
only
off.
thinking-
I
in the
thought he
top
had
row.
3. I thought he had 3 and 2.
Yeah, no, he had 4,
Yeah.
like 3 small ones and like 1 big one, and then
Darn.
2, and then the one he was wearing. All right, now that we are done questions of the dam, congratulations to both of you. It's a tie, but let's tip our hats to Matt. He won the total for the season with, I think, a grand total of 10 wins, I think.
Congratulations.
9.
You are the winner.
Count the ties.
9, 7, and 1. 2.
The fuck did
So
you say?
I had 9, Dan
Yeah.
had 7, and we had 2 ties.
Yeah. So tip your hats to both of you. It was a very close season. Yeah, I'm very impressed by both of you.
So if I get the ties, that means we're even.
No, because he got the tie too, dumbass. Anyway, we're going to move on to yay, nay, or slay. I'll go first. I'm going to give this movie a yay. I actually genuinely enjoyed it. I wish more people would see it, and I do recommend that everybody watches it. I know the synopsis of the movie was kind of short and didn't give a lot of detail, but that just gives you more opportunity to watch it and enjoy it for yourself. This is definitely going to be one that I play in the background. It's going to go into my rotation of like spooky movies that I watch around the spooky time or when I'm feeling for the spoopy need. But yeah, it's a yay for me. Daniel, what about you?
For me, this is Yane. I just feel like it just has too much of a slow build. For me, for this one, I don't know. There's a lot of anticipation, and until you get to about a quarter left of the movie, where I would like to see a little bit more action.
You want to be
earlier.
titillated throughout the entire experience.
Not all the time. It's just I just felt like the beginning of it there wasn't much scariness, going on within the first half to 3/4 of the movie, and then it definitely picked up at the very end, and I would just like to see that ratio, even out a little bit more.
That was a very, very well thought out and educated response. How about you, Matt?
Did move good. I mean, I'd give it a yay. Like I said, I did enjoy Haunt, and this is kind of a better, in some facets, it's a better Haunt. If someone was like, hey, I really want to watch a haunted house style slasher horror movie, this would be what I would tell them to watch. But that's like such a fucking specific Wicked says he likes it too. Yeah, it's such a specific like type of movie. But I agree with you. Like if it was on in the background, or I'd put it on just for something in the background, it serves its purpose. I will hang on to this movie.
Yeah, that's like the true test. Like if it remains on our Plex servers, like that, we liked it. All right, so we got pretty much 3 yays. Let's not count his nay. So that was Hellfest, and that, I'm just joking. You're in what?
He had a yay as well.
No, he said yay. Way to listen to your co-host.
I thought he said...
No, you just ignored
I
him.
thought you loved me. No, I said yay.
So that is the end of Hellfest. That is the end of the slasher season. I am very impressed that we got through it. It felt like it took years because it did. If you have stuck it out this entire time, we appreciate you. And we have a lot of fun coming down the pike for everything. So season 4, as you guys all know, kicks off fairly soon. I think it kicks off in the standard 2 weeks that in between these episodes. We are diving into the Twilight series. It's a mini series. We're going to cover all 5 Twilight movies, and Matt is going to watch them diligently and cover all of them.
Wait, what?
And on that note, I'm going to see you guys later. We're going to see you on the next one. Come listen to us. Me love on the Twilight films. These two hate their lives. But I have a lot to say. I have done a lot of work for this fucking upcoming season, so don't just count it out because it's Twilight. Give it a shot. You're going to have fun. So, bye.
See ya.
I hate my life.
Girl, look at the girl. The veins. Ooh, detail. This is gnarly. Oh. Oh, now that is just awful. Oh, shit! Damn, she got me!